What's up, YouTube? Supernova back again for a video on a 350Z update. Here recently I've been doing videos of updates on the Nitrous kit, and it's coming along pretty good. I pretty much got the entire kit installed. It probably looks a little messy, but I'm not a electrician. I'm not that good at hiding wires and all that good stuff. So, and pretty much when you pop the hood on this thing, all you see is hoses and wires any damn way. So, I mean, you got the big wire harness running through here. So, anyway, I just about got it finished. I got my fogger upstream of the intake duct. What I had, the jets in there I got now is 0.034 on the nitrous and 0.024 on the fuel, or excuse me, 32 on the nitrous and 24 on the fuel. I don't know what shot there would be on the 350Zs. Dug online, I've heard so many different things. I still don't know the accurate fuel pressure on this thing, what fuel pressure is getting to the solenoid, but the system does work. I tested out both solenoids. I got the nitrous line hooked up and the fuel line hooked up to both solenoids. Didn't spray them in the car, but I had the hoses disconnected, had the fuel line going to the bucket and the fuel line pointing out. I mean the nitrous line pointing out, and I hit the micro switch and everything's working good. So went on ahead and disassembled the wiring harness for the nitrous system, and I ran my arming switch right there by my traction control switch. Turn that off, this button here off, and it'll disarm my traction control. That's my arming switch. It does work. I do not have the micro switch hooked up yet because I am going to go with a steering wheel mounted switch. I do have to do some digging online to find one of them. So then I'll be able to have my nitrous system complete, except for jets. I need to find me some jets that's good enough for a 35 shot, because I do not want to start off running a 75 or 100 shot, because I want to see how this thing is going to react. I did get my boost gauge in. I do have my vacuum line ran right here. Unfortunately, it will not reach the area I'm wanting to put it in. So I do have to go to AutoZone and get some extra long line and some extensions, some joints or whatever. This is the area I'm going to put my boost gauge and air and fuel mixture ratio gauge. That'll be a good little compartment to put them in. I don't use this compartment anyway, except for my cell phone, you know, and my GPS. It's a Rand McNally TND 720. It's a 7-inch screen, and it fits perfectly in this hole right here, and that's the only time I use this compartment. Other than that, I don't use it at all. So it'd be perfect to put my 2 gauges there and there. I'll probably run my fuel ratio gauge there and my boost gauge here. My vacuum line is right there. That's where it stopped. So I'm gonna have to get me some extra long line so I'll reach up here. I gotta go get me a hole drill to where it'll drill a perfect 2-inch diameter hole in the plastic so I can mount my gauges, and then when I'm not using them I can just close it. When I get ready, just hit the button and open up for access. So, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. The boost gauge did come in. I'm still waiting on the air and fuel gauge. I do have to do some digging online for a steering wheel nitrous switch and a set of jets for this fogger. If y'all have any ideas of what website I can go to for a good quality racing micro switch for the steering wheel, let me know. Or I might just go to Summit and get like a shift knob that's got the electronic switch on the shifter itself, you know, where you shifting or whatever, and you just hit the button and the nitrous will be engaged. I wanted to run a micro switch on the accelerator, but I took the entire accelerator assembly out from underneath the dash, try to work with it, and I cannot figure out an accurate way to mount the micro switch to where it will engage at full throttle. I've tried so many different ways. It drove me nuts for about 3 days trying to figure out how I'm gonna mount this. I cannot figure it out. It's not gonna work. And I really don't want to spend buku money on a throttle position sensor nitrous switch, because they do make them where you can take the throttle positions, or I don't know if you tie into it or you replace the throttle position sensor, and when it recognizes at full throttle then it'll engage. But that's for idiot proof. I'm not an idiot, and my line of work, I'm an AFL operator for Waste Connections, and I pretty much operate a joystick with my left hand all the damn time, and I have to coordinate just like you'd have to coordinate foot off the accelerator and hand off the switch at the same time. So I'm pretty much trained on that pretty good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the challenge. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, then you don't need to be doing it, but I've got experience coordinating good enough, so I might just go ahead and do it. And I can do it with my right or left. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and just go full out Fast and Furious mode. They run a switch here or a switch there. I don't know, whatever I can find first. Maybe if y'all have any ideas of where I can find a good quality switch, you know, put it in the comments below. Let me know something. But just to give y'all an update on the system, got the system installed in case y'all hadn't watched my other video. I'll show y'all where I put the nitrous bottle. I mounted it right here. In my last video I said I was thinking about putting a 3-gallon fuel cell right there, specifically for racing fuel for the nitrous jet, but I had to run, for the fuel solenoid, but I would have to run fuel line, fuel pump, and not only that, buy that high dollar gas, like $10 a gallon. But there's the bottle. I do have a blue NOS bottle and the deep freeze. The distributor that I usually go to get nitrous bottles filled, he is out right now, and I'm gonna probably call him next week, see if he got a shipment in yet, and I'm gonna go out there and see if I can get that other bottle filled, because in between playing around with that bottle, it's probably 3/4 full or only halfway full. So I ain't no telling, because I ain't got a I ain't got a pressure gauge on that bottle. So I do, however, have a pressure gauge on the other one. I'll probably eventually add a pressure gauge to that white bottle I got in the hatch right now. Eventually, that's further down the road. I'm trying to get this kit set up first. I ran a fogger right there, so don't look too bad. It's not the cleanest job in the world, but I don't care what it looks like. I care about how it runs. So I did order some front struts. I already changed the back shocks. I hadn't done any burnouts to test, make sure there wasn't no wheel hop or anything. But I'm gonna go ahead and I ordered these struts for the front. They don't bounce, but do have a problem with the car making a bunch of clunking noise when you go hitting bumps and stuff. Also, I've been doing some digging online for drag slicks. Them tires are high as hell for what size I'm trying to run. I'm trying to either run this size, which is 275 35 ZR 18s, or just 275 35 R18s, or find a different rim, but has to be 10 inches wide, because that's how wide these things are, and try to run some slicks on that. And I'm looking at well over $1,000. I mean, hell, just the cheapest tire I found was like maybe $200 a piece. And I mean, and then you have to find the other rims to put them on too. So I'm probably going to take it to the track after I get this system completely done. Take it to the track, run it with these tires, see how it does. If it does pretty decent, like it doesn't blow the tires off near as bad as I expected they would, if they hold traction pretty good, then I'll probably just run with them, because these tires here are a lot cheaper than replacing slicks. Some good slicks, because the type of slicks that I found was straight slicks. They're about close to $300 a pop. They have other drag radial tires, but those actually have street tread on them, and running those, I might as well run these. So, and these actually have better traction. But we gonna see, because I know out there in the track they prep it. It's a concrete track. You get through the water pit, do a burnout, heat up the tires. They're pretty damn sticky. So we gonna see what happens. But first off, I need to get my gauges installed, find me some jets, and do a couple of test hits, see what the fuel mixture ratio is looking like. If it looks good, I'd rather it be ideal or rich than to be lean, because if it falls on the lean side, that's when you're going to start having motor problems. So we're going to see what happens. So I just want to give y'all an update on it. The kit is installed, just gotta give me a switch and a set of jets. So, but yeah, if y'all have any ideas, just leave them in the comment section, because this is my first kit that I've installed. Some people say that people that run nitrous are cheaters, but who cares? It's the instant power for the least amount of money. You can't beat it. I mean, turbos, yes, they're good, but you're talking a lot of work to install them. if I were to turbo this car, it'd be a twin turbo kit, single turbo. You have to connect both exhaust pipes to one. Twin turbo you don't, but then again you have to run a whole new exhaust system. It'd have to be straight duals. Or you have to join the two pipes together. And plus, when you get ready to put the power down, you gotta make sure it's spooled up first. And plus, you gotta make sure you have a good quality turbo, because if you don't, they'll blow within a month. And also, you have to run bigger injectors, so your fuel mileage is gonna drop all the time. So whatever your fuel mileage drops to, that's what it's gonna be until you take that turbo kit off. This here, if I drive it right, I get 18, 19 miles to the gallon in town all day long. The only time it uses more fuel is when I put my foot in it and spray the juice. But I know turbo kits, your fuel miles drops and don't come up. So, because you have to run bigger injectors for a turbo kit. This thing here, you don't. All you gotta do is run one step colder on the plugs, and that's it. You can run the same injectors all day, because the extra fuel that you need for the nitrous comes here. So, and superchargers, it's kind of in between. They're cheaper, but yet they supply extra power too. The only thing with that is, and also they're pretty easy to install, but they're still more expensive than a nitrous kit. So, but some people out there might not like a nitrous kit. Some people do like it. I prefer a nitrous kit. It's the easiest horsepower to install. You ain't gotta spend days upon days. I mean, if you get on Muscle versus Tuner, I forgot that white guy's name. He was a little skinny dude. He's got a Genesis coupe. Took him a week to install a turbo kit, and that's a week straight of nothing but working on it. This thing here, it took me 2 days. A little bit here, a little bit there. Just pilfering with it. I had the bottle and the line ran in one day. And that same day I hooked up the wiring harness and the solenoids, tested the system out, worked good. And then day 2 I went on ahead and installed the kit. Took the wiring harness apart, put it in the car, and it's ready to go. All I need is a switch. That's it. Easy job. Turbo kit, you're looking at a week. Supercharger, at least 3 days, because you're gonna run into some problems. So, but yeah, this kit here cost me $430. Throw in a couple extra dollars. I had to get this for it. I'm gonna have to give me some jets, a switch, additional wiring. Got some of this to protect the wire from the heat. So I mean, it's easy kit to install, and plus, nobody can tell that you got it in your car unless you broadcast it. And then get ready to race, just let loose. So that's all I got for y'all today. Just to let y'all know, I did get me a GoPro. I'm still trying to tweak it out, trying to mess with it, see how to work it. It's not picking up sound very good as I'm going down the road on my bike. It's picking up wind noise, but it's not picking up my voice too well. So here I am, still using my phone for YouTube videos. Well, I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna call it a night. Till next time, peace out. God bless.